Good evening, this is Hedgin Lee back again with an end of the day evening update for Bitcoin. So let's see how much has changed. Here is the chart that we had been looking at consistently. Let's first go to the MACD. It is just that equal. Just tiny bit underneath, if any at all. And if this does make a new higher high, it bodes well to the strength of this uptrend. But it doesn't mean it can't turn down. I mean, it made a new higher high here. It'll just turn down. It'll make a higher high, maybe turn down. It's already kind of still curling. Now here, if we look at this, during this morning while the price was all the way down here, it was doing what's called maybe an engulfing candle pattern, bearish engulfing pattern. So on a daily basis, if we zoom in, this is now, instead of engulfing the whole body of the prior day's green candle, this is sometimes called the hammer, when it's red or green. So it's called a hammer because supposedly it's hammering at the top, I guess. We'll see how all of this plays out overnight. More price action is needed for any kind of a daily based chart pattern resolution. Now here is Bitcoin, different exchange, but overall shape is pretty similar. So what I wanted to do here is go to the day time frame. Okay. Sorry, I didn't like it. So here it's in a linear chart, not a logarithmic. And I just wanted to give a bigger bird's eye perspective. And just draw some lines. Oops. So there's a line there. Draw a line right here. Okay. This to me on a daily scale is a very upward pointing triangle. And the reason why I show this is because so the apex, where the two lines of the symmetrical triangle converge, that is a point where, as prices get closer, the degree of agitation, pent up energy just builds up and gets ready to explode. Now, in light of this, so here now is the MACD. Let's just go through purely from the MACD perspective, and I'm going to have a green circle ready to buy areas that are maybe good places to buy, just from a signal of MACD. Where would you have bought? I think maybe a circle here. I think when the MACD here was crossing up right here, we did get in just in time. I started laddering at 3045 down here. Got 7 rungs filled on record in my blogs. So when the MACD starts turning up in this case, when the leading indicator, the white line, starts turning up, then that is a 9-day moving average. But when it's turning up, it's a buy signal. So here would have been a good time to buy. There's another place that would have been a good time to buy. This is just looking at a big picture perspective. I think here would have been another good place to buy. Right? That was a July bottom. And I caught this one too. Made over 70% in profit. This, again, the leading indicator for the MACD, the white line, was pointing, curling up. Fantastic time to buy. This is when hedging was saying now is the time to be taking buying actions around here. Now is not the time to be taking selling actions. I have my blogs for that. This is when I put out the picture of the Oracle of Omaha and his very famous quote. This gentleman: be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. So, with that in mind, purely, just that, down here, when everyone was afraid, you should be greedy. Should have been greedy, and we were greedy. Cautious a little bit, but greedy, we did buy. Here too, when everyone was afraid and selling and dumping it, we stepped up and bought it. Was another place that one could be greedy when others were maybe afraid. Here, I think right here. Right in this region. Great time to buy when everyone was just, I remember this also, dumping. And when I saw the impulse going up, buy. But I didn't have my blog at this time. This was when I was in the chat sessions at Poloniex, and then I gave up on the chat session, such a crazy place. Sure enough, beautiful. Okay, now let's take the flip side of it all. Well, let me just do one more. I think this would have been another good place. Just say bye. So we got 4 places here. Just by going on this gentleman's advice of being fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. So now let's take the flip sides. We were circling the areas when others are being fearful and we could be greedy. Let's take the flip side. We're here on the MACD just from a common sense point of view, let's say. Forget Elliott waves, forget chart patterns, just on this MACD. This is why I love the MACD. The second one I like the best is the RSI indicator, but I don't use it as much. We're here. Is the greed level so high that one should have been maybe afraid? Most prominent, I think, here. On this upcline, and I have it in my blogs. This is when I was saying this is not the time to be taking buying actions. Instead, this is the time to be taking selling actions. I actually started warning somewhere around 34, 3600-ish, and then I started saying this is not the time to be buying, and then I started pounding the table for that message. This is when the greed was just getting the up a little high. Good time to sell. Was another place that would have been a good time to sell. There you go. What do you think about this place right here? When the MACD was turning down, when the leading indicator of the MACD, the white line, was turning down, here it was turning down as well. This is when greed was just euphoric, and it was turning. The MACD was turning down, which is when you should have sold. Okay, now let's go to here. So this pattern here is a very high pointing upwards. We saw a near vertical price move. In fact, just before the turn, there's always been a near vertical price moves. Here as well, near vertical. Okay, and the fractal that I see here is there's two runs of it. Boom, down, and boom. Here too, first one, second one. So this is the first one. It may come down, maybe do one more one up, pierce it to do a bearish wick and down. That's what I'm thinking. From a forward discernment point of view. So I'm going to draw and make that for now no, I wanted to make it dotted, but I'm going to keep this here because already I'm seeing the leading indicator curling down a little bit. It could easily straighten back up and just keep going up, yes. But I see the curl. When I see the curling, it's time to be a little cautious. In fact, when it's on the side, when the greed is becoming giddy, and this resistance line, the long time resistance line. Oops. Oh, come on. Can't see. It's long. Okay, this long time, I thought maybe we could reach down there, but long time resistance line. Now remember the jaws of wealth that I've been showing? That goes like this. Prices swinging around there. It's a jaws of wealth mostly because when the price is in the bottom. Now here is quite the opposite. This is like the strangle of death. Or you can call it the funnel of death. I'm not saying that Bitcoin will die, but you can almost see demand, the buying power, mojo just getting less and less. And the last hurrah gasp, lunge up forward in price might occur, as I said here, as a bearish wick to 6,200. So I think we're almost there. We have just entered into the red zone circle. While I did put out today a high impact potential play of laddering in here, it never got there. That's okay. If you ever go fishing, if you don't get a nibble and a bite, you lose nothing. I had a count that I thought would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nope, didn't happen. This triangle didn't break down. Nothing lost. Nothing was lost. And I had drawn here, I was thinking this was a regular flat, where there's A, B just about equals the start of A, and C just barely moves beyond the low of A, like this. And it is, I believe, still a flat. You can see A, B, and C. So if that's the case, price still goes to 6,200. It might look like this. Something like that. But I think since that trade is now off the table, from a cautionary point of view, if this is the last 505, let's say, sooner or later, let's say at a new high point above 5,900 or 6,000, it's a good time to start taking some off the table, laddering some out. That's what I plan on doing. I won't post the ladders right now because I haven't made it yet, but I should be able to do tomorrow. I may not even do it until tomorrow anyways. Because we are here. This is the end of it. Very terminal region where this will become just like this, come down. Just like this, come down. This will not go on forever. It could make a higher high. Fine with me. Just there's no negative divergence. Doesn't mean it's just going to go, price is going to go continue high forever. To me, it's a big warning sign. This, just common sense wise, we mapped out when we should buy. We mapped out other areas when we should have sold. And we're looking, staring at it right directly. Another exact same situation. So this is not the time to be taking buying actions. This is the time to start taking sell actions right here. In fact, I want to say for most of you, you should be taking profit sell actions. Okay, so this is the message that I wanted to get across today. Here, we're back there again. We were there, buy, and so many people just miss it. Even though it's staring in front of them, right in front of them, they miss it. These were gift horses staring right at you. So many people are afraid at this point. They're just afraid. They're too afraid to do anything. And right now, people are thinking, oh my gosh, I'm hearing people saying, we're going to go to 9,000 right away. We're going to go to 13,000 right away. I think we'll get there. I have no disagreement we'll get there. Just not from here to there. We'll have to go maybe from the lower area to there. How much lower will it be? I don't know yet. Based on this, I'm still keeping my primary here, my primary count. But this could be subject to change, depending on what happens on the way. But this is curling. We have a bearish hammer candle pattern. But this gives me the biggest, I don't know how much more to say other than to knock someone over the head and say, this is not the time to be taking buying actions. This is the time to be taking profit sell actions. And I don't know what more contrasting colors I can use besides red and green. Go, stop. This is a stop point. I hope you found this to be informative and helpful. I hope I have earned the right to ask you for your upvotes and your follows and re-steams. Last but not least, I want to share with you my roster of top upvoters for the week or trailing last 30 days, but it rolls into every week. And I want to say that I'm very looking forward to speaking with Michelle, who was the highest, my goodness, how do you beat that? Upvoter. Phil Nurkey. K Nurkey is, again, I'll be talking to you soon. I will reach out to you, both of you, on your Skypes. And then I'm going to do 3 additional people. So 5 total. Third is DK in Jack. So DK in Jack, I'm going to send you a wallet-to-wallet message. Well, I guess I'll send you a penny. With a message saying and letting you know that I will look forward to inviting you to maybe, if you like, have a consult time with me regarding technical analysis of cryptos, your portfolio, Elliott waves, whatever you like to discuss, that in any way that I can help you. I prefer to do it by Skype. That way I can share my desktop and my graphs with you so you can see at the same time. F.A. Munger is the next person. I will also send you a wallet-to-wallet message. And if you can both send me either a follow request to my Twitter account. And my Twitter account is right here, at hedgen_crypto, CRYPTO. So again, at hedgen_crypto. And if you can send me a follow request, then I will follow you back. And we can do some direct messaging and exchange our Skype IDs and identify mutual times that we can speak and have a meaningful time on technical analysis. So again, the people I will be speaking with again is Michelle, K Nurki, DK in Jack, F.A. Munger, and last but not least, Crypto Eagle. I very much look forward to speaking to you as well. I have been reviewing your upvote to my blogs, and thank you very much for all of that. So I am a sales and business development executive in the pharmaceutical area for 20 plus years now, and I've run sales teams and business development teams, and in every endeavor I've taken, especially in the sales and marketing area, I've always realized that I get about 80% of my results from the top 20% of the inputs. And obviously, it is no different in the upvoting mechanisms. I'm getting 80% of my upvote impact from the top 20% or so. And for that, I give more of a disproportionate amount of attention to the highest upvoters, because that's really a way of really getting your high value, quote unquote, followers and readers and upvoters, and really getting closer to people of that type so that you can make the biggest impact. One of the ways I can help the most in achieving my objective of wanting to help and do no harm by providing completely free technical analysis is to get as much visibility as possible. And how do you do that? By engaging more the highest value upvoters. And there's no other way to do it, because that's a Pareto rule, 80-20 rule that is applicable in any endeavor. And like I said, it's no different than here in Steemit trying to gain greater visibility. So thank you to the top 5. I really appreciate it. Again, I'll be sending the ones I haven't spoken yet before a wallet-to-wallet message, or you can send me a follow request on Twitter. I hope you guys had all a great weekend, and I will come back tomorrow morning with a morning update. Have a good night.